So, Robert, where you got up to before we needed to leave was you were talking about related. Could everybody please mute so that we don't have background noise? Okay. Yeah, were you finished with that part about relating intimately with men instead of being macho?
Yeah, just maybe a couple of more sentences just about my personal discoveries and explorations that I did not experience before through all the personal growth work and nonviolent communication, but actually tapped into only through this embodiment and movement, contact improvisation work, which is like, yes, I mentioned the tenderness, the intimacy with man. Also, maybe a few more things. One, like increased awareness about my tendency to be in this caretaking role. It became so clear through my exploration of contact improvisation dance with other people, how I'm you know, have this tendency to be really nice and to support everybody and to set aside my authenticity for the sake of being a nice man, supporting everybody, and all the restrictions I'm having in myself that are preventing me from showing up in life fully, to express myself in my full authenticity. So yeah, so just a few examples of how deeply this can, at least it went and it keeps going in my case.
Thank you, Robert. That's really, for me, a great illustration of the, you know, what's possible with the work. And I'm sad that we're hearing a little bit of background noise from somebody. Could everybody please mute? Or maybe I can mute everybody. Okay, there's one. Can do that. Okay. All right.
Lachlan's muted. Lachlan is, I don't think Lachlan's listening.
Oh.
I'm here.
Oh, Lachlan, you're not muted, I think.
He is now. I missed him. Thanks, Gulshan. Okay. Another question, Robert, was whether you would be able to share some of this work at the IIT in Bali.
Yeah, I am very excited to give evening sessions on this, but I also want to be clear that I want to be very much attentive to what is present on the IIT. So sometimes on IITs we would have, after a few days, you know, conflicts coming up and lots of pain, and then I want to adjust what I'm offering to that, and maybe it's more in line and in harmony with what's happening, that in the evening there would be mediation sessions. So my passion definitely is to offer this on the IIT in the evening sessions, but I don't want to promise, because I want to be there for whatever will be emerging in a group and support that.
Can I just say, Marg, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Perth, there's a really thriving contact improv community there, and they have regular jams. If you just on I don't know if you're on Facebook, but they have Facebook. I think it's just called Contact Improvisation in Perth. If you join that, you can find out, including like regular jams and things like that. The way to check it out. Obviously, they're not integrating with NVC though. I was wondering if I could just sort of add to what Robert's saying, something of my own experience. I did some contact improv training many years ago and really loved it. And then about 20 years ago, and then didn't have access to it. There weren't any other trainers around. And then I've been doing NVC for all these years and sort of really feeling like the body element was missing. And last year I started integrating for myself NVC when I was doing contact improvisation, and I found it just absolutely astounding. Like, as a person, like, despite having been practicing NVC for 11 years, I still tend to be very much in my head and kind of hooked in my stories and in my old core beliefs, and although, you know, I'm more aware of them, but also a lot of kind of social awkwardness and shame and blah, blah, blah with people. And I found when I'm doing contact improv, I'm so able to be like right present in the moment and to feel comfortable with people. Like, instead, like, sometimes the discomfort will come up, but I just notice it and then it's gone, because you kind of, the very process of contact, you just have to be right present and very sensitive to both your own inner experience and the person you're working with. So there's a kind of completely non-verbally, there's a whole process of requests and offers, and it's very, very clear when there's a request or an offer. And it's also very, very clear if you're saying no to a request or offer, and it's just fine. And with last year when I started bringing my NVC practice into the contact improv, I just found I was just able to still stay completely present with the process in my own experience and with my connection with another person, but to be tracking it in NVC terms. So like, a little stuff might come up like, oh my God, you know, I'm awkward, or I'm dancing with a really experienced person and it's going to be bad for them because I'm a beginner. And I just kind of, but really, like, just notice the story and go straight into the body experience, and just sort of feelings and needs and melting away. So I just can't recommend it enough to sort of to my NVC friends, but also to contact people. I would also say that it really adds something to your contact experience as well. So I'm obviously a convert, but I hope you'll love it as much as I do.
I would also add something or say something to the fact that we have like a retreat that lasts some days. And I think this is very different from having some exercises elsewhere, is that I think we all know that when we practice NVC, we realize that it changed ourselves, it changed our perception, it changed our kind of feeling, heart aliveness. But this is not something that changed like in 1 hour of an exercise, but with living in this way, opening like bits and pieces in yourself and connecting with others in a process. At least that's how I experience it always, like being in this space where somehow a lot is opening, and this is with contact improvisation the same, maybe more on a cellular level, and sometimes very difficult to explain it, but after some days of connecting with the body in this way to other bodies, there is another net of life, being, connection, kind of woven, and it's for me at least, it's often a totally different presence in myself, in my consciousness, and in my body, and also between each other. And that's, I think, like, yeah, just to make you maybe more, I don't know, like to support your interest to really deepen an experience like this for some days, because I think it can change something in really in the body level and in the consciousness level that might not be happening just by one day or an exercise in another frame. So yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 7:58 and we were due to end at 8 o'clock Melbourne time. I'm feeling a little squeezed in that, and I'm wondering whether there's a willingness in people to continue on, just to have some spaciousness as we end, like maybe 10 past the hour. I'm not sure how to take a poll on this right now. I guess maybe put thumbs up or down regarding your willingness. I'm not sure how the people on the phone are going to do that. Perhaps you could... well, it looks like there's a general consensus to continue on until at least 10 after the hour. Oh, great. Lachlan's raised his hand. Yep. Okay, lovely. I guess following on from what you said, Sarah, one of the things that I was going to say was about the benefit of being in community for a number of days, and you did speak to that. And there's, you know, 2 retreats, one up north in Ballina and one down here in Healesville. You know, one's near the coast and the other is in the Yarra Valley. It's very beautiful. We had a gathering there back in 2008 and it was wonderful. I'm just tracking the questions on the side here. Oh, it's about time. Question from Ian is about, he's curious about the experience of non-verbal through movement and whether that actually changes the language that we might use afterwards, after we've had this experience. And I'm seeing both Robert and Sarah smiling, so I'm guessing you got an answer there.
I don't know if I have an answer. I have a few thoughts coming up. For me, nonviolent communication is not so much about the language I use, but about the space I am coming from. What I notice is that I can use the perfect language, 4 steps, you know, like everything is perfect, but the space I'm coming from in the certain moment is not a space of either self-connection or connection. It's not a space of compassion. It's a space of me wanting to do the right thing and to show the other person that I'm right and the other person is wrong, and to change her or him and so forth. So for me, what I do notice is that this, the work Sarah and me do, actually influences in a transformative way what space I will be approaching from the other person or my life or the situations in my life, and how I will be able to flow with it. The language the language itself I will probably learn through more kind of a regular NVC workshops, and this is why we would like people to have some basics before they attend the retreat, so we don't have to go through, you know, the 4 steps and stuff. But I think it's really hugely, immensely, profoundly, and on a very transformative level can shift and my capacity to self-connect and my capacity to approach the other or various experiences that I'm having when engaging with other people from a space of really vulnerable, naked authenticity, and the space of really wanting to connect, really wanting to compassionately connect and listen to another, and not just listen to another with my mind to understand, yeah, it's your need for respect, you know. So that part gets very much deepened, for me at least, and influenced. Maybe Sarah can add some more if you wish. So
Yeah, I think, or what I was thinking at the moment is that I think language or the words we use are always linked to an experience or to a aliveness that we transport with it. And I feel, of course, when what I transport gets much fuller, the language is also different, although maybe I use the same words. And I feel that in integrating dance, which means actually movement in time and space, I integrate another universe into my words, which is more experience based. And so, yeah, I think for myself, my language totally shifted because I'm trying to describe more my images I have when I try to explain how I feel. Maybe the images are much more moving or much more linked to something I would experience in my body or in movement with others or something like this. So yeah, I try to make this more understandable to another when I talk. So yeah, I think in this point, for example, it changed.
Thank you, Sarah. Oh, wow. I'm changing the view so that I can connect with everybody. Yeah. Are there any other questions or anything that anybody would like to share about your experience of being here tonight and what you've heard, and yeah, if that's met any needs for you? I'm just tracking that we've got 5 minutes until our agreed end time, our newly agreed end time. Lachlan.
Sure, am I off mute at the moment?
Yes.
Great. Yeah, I find the whole topic of mixing these two modalities fascinating. As I study Aikido, I've been studying Aikido for 16 years and started studying Feldenkrais this year, and that body communication aspect is something that I'm really intrigued about incorporating into my NVC teaching and practice. So yeah, I'm just very grateful that this is the first sort of amalgamation of these kind of things I've seen. So I'm really happy that someone's doing it and I might get to be a part of it too. So thank you. Yeah.
Great, thank you, Lachlan. Anyone else? Tracy, is there anything else you would like to cover?
Just wouldn't mind just quickly mentioning stuff that you may all be already aware of it, but we've updated our website, so all the information is on there. The online registration for both the retreats and all the cost details is there for both the Melbourne retreat and the Ballina retreat. Also want to say, in case you haven't noticed, we have a small number of scholarships available, which means that we subsidise your place to come to the retreat. And we're offering that scholarships to people who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford to pay the full price, but who also want to teach NVC integrated with contact improv or another movement body awareness practice, because part of the whole reason for organising these retreats is to really kind of try and stimulate this in Australia so that there's more people teaching and facilitating the integrated NVC. So you can contact us if you are interested in applying for a scholarship. Yeah, and if you are keen to be part of the retreats, we really look forward to seeing you, and we'd love any kind of help at all with promoting it, just word of mouth or forwarding on our Facebook posts and emails to your networks would be a fantastic help. And I think, yeah, as Cherie already said, the Melbourne one's in a beautiful country location in the Yarra Valley, and the northern one is right on the beach. It's at a there's a bushland reserve on the river, and then the beachfront. So it's, you know, really lovely location. Yeah. So that's all from me. And yeah, just contact Cherie or myself if you have any other questions. Check out the updated website info if you haven't already.
Thanks, Tracy. I'm just noticing a question from Gabriella about people getting emotional during the process, and that's part of why we want people to really understand NVC and the process of self-empathy, and also offering empathy to others. And you know, there will be those of us there who are quite experienced at listening empathically and holding a space for people to connect. And you know, the whole intention is that it be a safe place for people to connect with themselves. Yeah, I don't know if that answers your question at all, Gabriella. Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay. Right. I'm going back to the gallery view. So I just want to mention the prerequisite for a 2-day foundation training with a certified trainer. Those are listed on nvcaustralia.com. I've got one coming up in a couple of weeks, and you know, the trainings are listed, and it really is important to have that grounding, if you know, to come to the retreat. And fortunately there's time enough to hopefully for you to attend one. My clock's saying 1 minute to go. Robert, Sarah, is there anything you'd like to say in closing? No?
Only that I'm really more and more excited and very much looking forward to. And also just maybe one thing that I heard a person saying about Aikido, I am completely excited because there is this Aikido specifically, I see as another incredible practice that connects with NVC so much, and it can help to embody NVC and explore it more deeper. So I'm already looking forward to also learn about other ways and be inspired by them.
Thanks, Robert.
Yeah, I also. Hello? Yeah. I'm also very excited, and I'm looking forward. And I just to this last question of how to deal with emotional processes, and I was just thinking, beside empathy and all we hold space for emotional processes, I think by really connecting to the body, we also give space for the healing potential of the body itself and our system. And I really strongly believe in this. And this is for me so clear. And I can just share that while I did the 2 years dance program, I haven't been sick at least for, I think, maybe 1 day. And I danced for, I don't know, maybe 16 hours a day. And I think for me, the combination of NVC and this constant dancing and to stay alive and healthy through a lot of emotional processes. And so I'm, from my own experience, which was very extreme, I can totally say that this is supporting a lot of processes.
Thank you, Sarah. Wow. Okay, it's time to go. I'd love everybody to unmute, and I know we've had somebody on the call from Japan and New Zealand, and in fact, I think, I'd love to maybe just hear everybody's voices. There's something alive for me, and I'm aware that I'm going beyond the agreement, but if you'd like to leave the call now, you could just say bye-bye and jump off. And if you're willing to stay, I would love to just go around and hear from each person a couple of needs that have been met by being here tonight, just so I can hear your voices. And yeah.
I'm very sad that I have to jump off this call right now because I have another call in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm mourning the fact that I won't be able to hear everyone's feedback. But yeah, I'm really appreciating. Hello.
Thank you.
Well, I'll say bye for now.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I'm going to jump off too, Shez. So,
Okay.
bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
I'm away. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thank
Bye.
you. I'm off now.
I need to go to Shez, but thank you. Thank you, Trace, as well. Goodbye.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for reassurance and clarity and connection.
Great. Thanks.
So lovely to see you, Valerie and Jim. Ooh, I'll give you a big hug.
It's Elizabeth. Okay.
I'm going to jump off now to Catherine in Melbourne. It was really interesting to hear what you guys are up to. I'm a contact improviser, not an NVC-er. So yeah, that's just been interesting to find out where you guys are coming from and what's going on, and has helped me a little bit understand. Yeah. So thanks very much. No doubt I'm going to come up with some questions when I digest this. So no doubt I'll be speaking to you soon.
Yeah, okay. Lovely. Thank you, Catherine.
Okay then, night-night.
Bye.
Thanks, Catherine. Bye.
Bye.
Karen.
Hello.
Hi, did you want to say something?
I turned on my camera to be able to participate in the circle, the sharing, because I imagined that having a camera on would be more connecting for those who don't know me and would enjoy to see the person behind the voice. And I am happy to just jump in and share what's alive for me in terms of gratitude and clarity. And I think that there's real excitement there, actually. The idea that I've been working on is bringing NVC and yoga together for a similar reason of bringing the body dialogue and the language consciousness together. And so the thrill for me is the possibility of bringing CI and what's alive for me around the yoga breathing, yoga practices that might be also a contribution, and NVC together. The emergent wisdom that's happening is what's really thrilling, and to be able to share that in a collegiate space and a safe space really appeals to me. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I'm aware that, how are you going, Robert and Sarah? How much willingness do you have to stay with this, or would you like to wrap it up now? And
as I have quite a busy day in front of me, I would like to kind of complete in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Ian, Gulshan, Kate, did you want to say anything before you jump off? Or
yeah, it's Kate here. Kate, in Emerald, Victoria. Thanks. This has been great to connect me with the workshops, and I'm really looking forward to it. So it's terrific. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just say thank you to all, and thanks for answering the questions. And it feels like it feels exciting touching a deep place in me, coming from movement. So yeah, I'm really excited. If I can be there, I will be. So thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay. I just remembered that we were going to the organising team were going to have a bit of a debrief afterwards, and I'm now thinking that I've taken up that time with saying goodbye. So perhaps if there's no one else who wants to speak, we could, yeah. Oh, that's what we're going to do, organise another call, a meeting. But we don't have to do that now, Robert, if you're really keen to move into your day. And Sarah, I know it's morning for you, so if you would like to just leave it here and we work it out later, I'm fine with that. Yep, that's what you'd like. Okay, good. All right.
So maybe, Robert, you send us a doodle poll with your time, suggested times, and we can fill it in.
That would be great.
And Satoko, I don't know whether you can hear us, but I'm guessing you're one of Miho's friends, and it's really pleased that you connected with us tonight.
Thank you, Tracy. I'll put on my video. Oh wait, no, it's not working on my iPhone. Yes, it was great for me to connect with you in Australia, and I'm already feeling really inspired. And today I have caught a big flu and can't quite speak with clarity, but I'd love to watch the video again and let it sink in deeper and figure out how I want to do how I can relate to myself. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. All right. Well, if we're all done, then I will end the meeting. And
okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you very much for organizing this.
Yeah,
no trouble at all, Robert. No trouble at all.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Elizabeth.